Heyo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here, today to KOGEEKIng. Today we're going to be doing a second episode on the attack of the Megacolony event. So, as you've seen from my pack openings, I didn't really have a lot of good luck. I didn't pull any Master Beetles, I didn't pull even a playset of Giraffa. So, what are we going to be doing today? We're going to be doing a deck profile, a budget deck profile for this event, as we did for Tachikaze. What this entails is, assuming you did not pull a single triple rare or above, what can you do with only double rares or below? And this is my list. So we're going to be playing a machining core with some paralyzed sprinkled through. But yeah, we're going to be playing the machining worker ant. Worker ant isn't a forerunner, but it does something similar to Little Witch Lulu, I believe. Where when you ride your grade 3, it gets to do something. Of course, this card does it by itself. It requires support from a specific grade 3, but we'll get into it. Its skill is when placed, stand one of your other machining rearguards. So why is that important? Why do you want to stand something during the main phase? We're gonna be playing 4 paralyzed Madonna. I'm pretty sure it's part of the flavor. Totally not a typo. Game Studio. Good job, good job. Next, we have Machining Hornet, a machining unit. When placed, if you have machining in the soul, it gets plus 3k, so it's a 7+3. Definitely a great booster and offensive option if you do need it. We play 3 Phantom Black. Phantom Black is 8k vanilla, pretty good. Helps you at numbers. Vanilla, nothing wrong with it. And then Megacolony Battler B. Its skill is when the attack this unit boosted hits a Vanguard. Counterblast 1 to paralyze one of your opponent's rearguards. This card's great. It's the best counterblast to paralyze ratio you will get without Master Beetle. And honestly, it doesn't even need to boost a Vanguard. As long as it boosts a unit that hits a Vanguard, it does what it needs to do. So definitely very nice. For the grade 2s, we're playing 4 Machining Armor Beetle. Skill, when placed, put one of your other rearguards into soul, paralyze one of your opponent's rearguards. This is honestly one of the best cards in this deck because it synergizes with the deck so well. What do you mean? Isn't putting one unit into soul to paralyze one a really terrible cost? It is, but there are cards that help you mitigate that cost, right? We're talking about synergies here. And we'll get to it. Next, we play 4 Machining Mantis. It's 9+3 instead of 7+3. Self-explanatory, hits numbers. Bloody Hercules, 10k vanilla, very nice. Especially since we are playing 3 Phantom Blacks. 10+8 is 18. Hits crossfire numbers, which are pretty popular nowadays. So that's nice. And then Water Gang, a distant cousin for the Water Elemental. So we know it's really good already based on its heritage. Its skill is Vanguard Rearguard on hit counterblast 2, draw 1. Generate card advantage. This deck doesn't really draw or let you plus that much. And even this deck doesn't even hinder your opponent's field with paralyzed that much. So definitely important to have at least one option to add cards to your hand so you can find your key pieces so you can actually do stuff. Next, let's go to the main unit. For Machining STAG BEETLE, this is your main Vanguard. This is your ace in the hole. Its skill is when placed, call 2 machinings from your soul as rest. This card gets the sum of the power of the original attack of those 2 units. So generally speaking, you're going to be having the Worker Ant Superior called out, and then another one, whether it's Hornet, whether it's Armor Beetle, or Mantis called out. And what happens is they're called in rest, right? So what happens is the Worker Ant will actually stand the unit that you Superior called besides Worker Ant. So if you called out the Mantis, for example, it gets to stand as a 9k. If you have another machining in your soul, it'll be on the 12k. So that's very good. It mitigates the rest cost. Helps you actually do something, And moreover, the reason why I say Armor Beetle is actually really good is because you can actually put the Worker Ant back into the soul, and then if you reride the STAG BEETLE, you will then be able to Superior call another 2 machinings. The Worker Ant will help you stand the other unit that you Superior called, and you can actually do that for 1 more turn. The good thing is that if you did do that combo, then at the very least you will have the Worker Ant and another STAG BEETLE in your soul to Superior call. So you will have at least a 10k beater if you choose to do that. For the other grade 3 options, we're playing 4 Hell Spider. Hell Spider skill is during your turn, if all of your opponent's units are rest, it gets +3, so 13k attacker. Vanguard rearguard skill, when this is placed, counterblast 2 to paralyze one of your opponent's rearguards. So, you know, obviously not as great of a cost as the Valor B, but it's on place. It doesn't require, you know, conditionally it needs to boost and hit. So I guess there's flexibility there. We play one of the Lady Butterfly 10+2, and we play 4 of the Violent Vesper, honestly the MVP of the grade 3 lineup. It generates advantage. It's a free top call +1, so that's really nice. Overall, if you did pull into your Master Beetles, check out Different Fight's video. Different Fight basically plays a similar core as this, Machining Core plus the Master Beetle. For me, because I mostly have Giraffa, I did play around with Giraffa, and honestly with Violent Vesper and the other options for draw and generating card advantage, which isn't a lot, the removal does come in handy sometimes, but definitely overall Megacolony is not a great clan. So if you are a free-to-play player, if you are a new player and you know you're considering picking up this clan, I would suggest you not, and save your packs for the next set. Next set is glorious. So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's begin with a fight. Overall, I think I played a good amount of games with this deck. Of course, I don't have a complete Megacolony deck, so I will be having some troubles on ladder and more luck reliant, I definitely say. With testing, the paralyzed mechanic is definitely quite underwhelming. The good thing is that they actually buffed it. They buffed the cost in terms of the cost. You know, Master Beetle used to cost Counterblast 3. It now costs Counterblast 1 for the same results. They buffed the paralyzed mechanic by itself. It used to be, you know, you cannot stand it, but you used to be able to, you know, move it. You used to be able to, you know, do other stuff. I hope it's not a VP farmer. Oh. What's going on? What is going on? Okay, we're going in game. So here we have machining. Phantom Black is okay, but honestly, I'd rather mulligan into the Stag Beetle. So let's just do that. We have 1 machining to Ryan, 1 machining. Hell Spiders are alt grade 3 target, so there's that. Okay, so we're going to be playing against Battle Sister. Nice, not a VP farmer. I'm happy. Don't have to do this again. Yeah, I actually filmed 1 game before this and it was a VP farmer. So I kind of scrapped that and just redid it. And I caught myself saying some things correctly as well. So I guess that's good. You know, double check your work. Here, oh, we did draw into the Stag Beetle. That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna run the Machining Hornet. Hornet becomes a 10k. And no need to overinvest right now, so let's just go into battle. KOGEEKIng means attack. And one thing I really appreciate is that they added a new animation for Megacolony with the little bugs, you know, pestering your opponent. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Paralyzed Madonic. Really cool art. What else am I supposed to say? This deck is really vanilla. It doesn't really do much. What am I supposed to say? I guess Machining Hornet is surprisingly good because you can use it as a 10k booster or attacker really early on. But because we don't really have a lot of ways to generate advantage with this build, I don't really want to play too aggressively too early on. Opponent plays the Oracle Guardian Shisa. Okay. On attack, if you have 4 or more rearguards, draw 1 card. I guess Battle Sister does build up the board really fast. But, you know, generally you'd want to stick with Battle Sister names or Silent Tom or something. So, interesting. I guess it's working out for them since I'm a 7k, 7+5 can actually bully that. I mean, 7k itself can hit that. So, but these cards generally you don't play them because 7k base is really weak, and if you're going second, it definitely hurts a lot more. So going first, definitely still mediocre. Going second definitely hurts. Here, personally, unless they're playing like stands or something, I would have went with Vanguard first just to guarantee that I get to the on-hit draw 1. Because if I hit a trigger and they didn't hit a trigger here, it would be really awkward. They'd be 12, I'd be 17, they don't get the on-hit. And that'd just be really sad. Opponent did get the trigger though. We get a trigger, 22, but our opponent did build up their left column correctly, or in our perspective, the column to the right correctly. So they can still hit over us, and because they hit a heal, it's a difference of 3-0, and more damage equals bad. So nice. And if anyone thinks I'm being a hipster here, I'm not intentionally trying to do that. I'm trying to clip the mic here, so they can actually receive the audio better, trying to cover it up, so. So what are we gonna do here? I think we can ride the armor beetle. Call this out, 7+3, alright, solid. We don't play stands, so we don't really have to build up our rearguard columns, especially since we're going to attack intercepts anyways. KOGEEKIng! Honestly, the best part of this clan is the voice actor. Like, heal! Get it! Heal putting it! Wow. How underwhelming is that? Place Scarlet Witch Coco. Okay. I guess the logic with last turn also works with playing crits, If they hit a crit, then this column wouldn't be able to pass, right? Like, they would want to devote the power to this column. So I guess that's fair. That's fair. Attacking with rearguard first. Personally, I value the plus over the chance of hitting a trigger, especially when you played out so many cards out, and you desperately you probably want the card advantage more than the chance of having slightly more gain. Like, the expected value I think is lower. So Battle Sister Cookie on place Camelot's 2, draw 2, discard 1. That's nice. It reminds me of Graceful Charity from Yu-Gi-Oh! And then when this unit attacks, gets +5 and limit break 4. What is this? Sky Witch Nana. When you have no soul, gets +3. Interesting card to play, since your opponent doesn't have cards that get rid of soul. They're not playing the Scarlet Witch starter. And then the Amaterasu splash. I guess Amaterasu is splashable, I guess. Coco in this deck, not quite as splashable. So here we know our opponent's playing a mix of crits and draws. And, maybe they're playing a one-of challenge because they have one of every single unit so far. No, well, 2 Circle Maguses, I guess, so it's not a one-off challenge. But yeah, that'd be really fun to see, just one of every single card. Highlander, Vanguard 0. Pretty sure quite a few clans can do it now, so that's interesting challenge if anyone wants to do that. Attack hits, puts us to 4. Damage difference is still 2 damage difference. Let's see what we can do here. We have quite a lot of grade 3s, no grade 2s to protect ourselves from. Oh yeah, and the damage was a borrow damage. So it's still a 3 damage gap. Not good. But the good thing is that our opponent's cards in hand is at 1 only. So they can't really sustain it for very long. Let's see what we can do. Stag Beetle. Let's call out the grade 2 and the Worker Ant. Worker Ant stands the machining that is in rest position. Scoop this back in. Let's paralyze this grade 3. paralyze this grade 1. And let's go into battle. Vanguard attacks last because it can hit numbers even if our opponent hits a trigger, and we're playing crits, so if we do hit a crit, then it would affect our left column's option. It's a heal. So here, why did I stun like this, right? I was honestly considering stunning a single column, but this way, since our opponent's low in hand, if whatever they draw out, well, they have to call something out here that has to hit at least 9. And then if they call something out here, well, they can't trade it, right? So they have to call something out here in order to make that column viable. So I think it's more restraint. Provides more options. Again, I'm not a Megacolony user. Again, I'm not playing like a complete deck. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but just some intuition, I guess. Calling something on top of it. 8k. So yeah, this column is pretty dead right now because they don't have the cards in hand, right? Next turn we can still Stag Beetle, since we do have the we have 3 options actually, so that's nice. Crit trigger with Coco. Boing. Ah, that AK hit a trigger. It's gonna hit us. So yeah, I think overall, the lesson to be learned here is don't underestimate Paralyze, but it's pretty bad. But don't underestimate Lock because you have a comparison in Paralyze. Because Lock is a lot scarier. Lock is a lot scarier. Call these 2. Gonna put the starter back. Lock up our opponent's column. I'm gonna battle. Alright, so this is the moment of truth. We have 3 crits left in deck. We have 21 cards. The odds are, 1 in 7, right? Can we hit that crit? Can we hit that crit to win? Yeah. What else can we do? We don't have any more intercepts, no PGs. KOGEEKIng! KOGEEKIng! No! 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 We still have 3 heals left. And okay. More serious note. Just now, the odds weren't actually 1 in 7, because obviously we did drive check. We did put non-triggers to the bottom of the deck, so I'm sure the odds were better than that. And now the odds of hitting the heal is actually definitely better than the odds of hitting a crit just now as well. Since there are both 3 crits and 3 heals, and we didn't see any triggers just now, we put 2 more normal units into the bottom of the deck. The odds better than 1/7, which is still pretty low, but better than 0, I guess. As we can see, our KOGEEKIng boy here, pretty stressed. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. KOGEEKIng! Alright. So this man. All right, well, you know, obviously not evident right now. I think it's the other way around, bro. No! Oh. Kill trigger. Get KOGEEKIng. No! And we take the L. So I guess the KOGEEKIng symbol, actually a big L symbol. But yeah, I guess that's it. Overall, what would you want to be doing if you are interested in the Megacolony? If you do have the cards, luckily, I'd say you know, with the deck, play some cards that you can test with. Play Master Beetle. Play Master Beetle. Master Beetle's a good card. Master Beetle's a really good card. I mean, mediocre card, but for the clan, it's pretty good. Do test Giraffa. Giraffa actually is pretty decent. But yeah, let me know for those fortunate enough to have both, you know, all the Megacolony cards. Have you tested Megacolony? Do you think machining Master Beetle is better or Giraffa Master Beetle is better? Let me know down below what you think, what you've tested, and I will continue to KOGEEKIng and take the L next time. Bye!